It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this important meeting on the validation of the draft gender policy for the agency, which was made possible with the support of the UN Women. The federal government of Nigeria approved the national gender policy in 2008 to ensure a Nigerian society devoid of gender discrimination that guarantees equal access to political, social, and economic wealth creation opportunities, and develop a culture that places premium on the protection of the child and focuses attention of both the public and private sector on issues that promote full participation of women and children in the process of national development and empowerment. The involvement of women in the decision-making processes and the elimination of violence against women. Naptip, in its desire to eliminate all forms of gender discrimination in its activities, have in collaboration with the UN Women developed a gender policy to guide and mainstream gender in all its operations to ensure fairness and equity in the discharge of the agency's mandate. Therefore, the agency, through the development of the policy, has shown commitment in ensuring the institutionalization of gender in its dealings with personnel, victims, offenders, partners, and stakeholders. This is consistent with one of the agency's core values, which is gender equality. Also noteworthy is the fact that 95% of victims of human trafficking rescued by Naptip are female. This establishes the basis for the agency to pay specific attention to issues relating to gender. The policy is intended to institutionalize and document the internal gender strategy of Naptip and its operational approach in the delivery of its mandate in partnership with other relevant stakeholders, and addresses gender gaps within Naptip's internal environment and contribute to the realization of national gender equality goals in partnership with external actors. The Naptip Strategic Plan 2020 to 2025 identified the following key objectives, which formed part of the basis of this gender policy: to strengthen gender mainstreaming into Naptip's operations and programming, including legislations, policies, procedures, and institutional resources. Institutionalize gender in victim rescue, rehabilitation, protection, prosecution of offenders. To strengthen the Victims of Trafficking Trust Fund to address the needs of male and female victims. Mobilize and sustain partnership for effective combat of trafficking in persons and violence against persons. To further ensure the agency's gender responsiveness, I established the Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Unit in 2020, also in accordance with the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015. The agency opened the Sexual Offenders Register on the 25th of November 2019 in order to name and shame the perpetrators of sexual and gender violence crimes. The agency and partners have commenced feeding the database of sexual offenders in the register, and currently the details of 38 sexual offenders have been published. I know that with the continuous prosecution of perpetrators, more violators' names will be keyed into the register. In addition to this, Naptip maintains a fair proportion of gender in sensitive appointments, such as zonal commanders and directors, unit heads as well. I unequivocally promise that there will be a 60-40 representation of male and female in further recruitments to better achieve gender balance in the agency. And if I have my way, it will be 50-50. In conclusion, we are gathered here today to validate this document in order to make it fully operational in the agency. I therefore welcome you all to this program and hope that we all continue to work together towards the realization of the objectives of this policy. And I express my appreciation to UN Women for the support and the consultant Mufiliat Pijabi for driving the process for the development of the gender policy. Thank you, Madam Pijabi. Thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.